I think the pivot, wasn't maybe what we'd really call a pivot, in the sense that it wasn't like we went and did something completely different. We had two parts to our ground transportation business. We had the black car, is what you would normally, what you're familiar with in terms of, livery ground transportation. And then we had a shuttle business, which is, very retail orientated. And the thing that quickly, dropped out to the bottom of this, Simon, was the fact that the corporate market just evaporated overnight. So in April, I don't think there was an operator that I didn't know of that didn't suffer a 90% revenue loss. And that's scary for everybody, and I think that we were faced with a decision. What do we do? Do we just fold everything into a tent and walk away, or do we look inwards and find something to do? And luckily, we didn't have to look too far because we had a shuttle business, and we had an airport shuttle that was very cost effective, £45 or 45 Aussie dollar, US dollars, and from the airport to our town, which is 45 miles away. And so we had paid lip service to that shuttle business, really had, because our black car business was so strong. We were doing a lot of farm out work internationally, domestically. Just the black car business in Colorado was strong. We do a lot of mountain work to the ski resorts in the winter. And we left this little shuttle business as the poor cousin over in the corner. But when COVID hit, it was the poor cousin that was going to save our life. And I think that's why we reached out to you. So there's two things. We found a solution internally, and we threw every resource we could at that. We knew, because we'd spoken to all of our clients, our corporate clients, that they were never going to travel for the rest of the year, and maybe not in 2021. And so, you guys have the reputation across all facets of transportation, but you really are very good at pay-per-click. And so, I knew a lot about pay-per-click from my previous life in digital, but all owners get too close to the business, as you know, Simon. I'm too close to this to be able to provide impartial advice and consulting, input. And so, we sort of come May, you guys are engaged to drive traffic to the shuttle website. And in the next 5 months, we drove more traffic to that site than we did all of last year. And we drove about 8,000 visitors, and we converted 10% to actual sales. Now that's, if you know anything about online conversion, anything above probably 1% is pretty good. So 10 times that was huge. And so
10% is a really, really strong return.
Yeah. And so I suppose we looked at it and said, well, geez, if we could get that much, if I give you $1 and I get 10 back, I should just give you 100 every day. And so that's basically what your remit was. And Mia's team has done an outstanding job. And it's the only reason we're fighting today, because of Curtis Gabriel's, intelligence that they give back to us. We have a weekly meeting. And the thing I really liked about the team, your team with us, is that we've got a small team, as you know. You weren't threatened by our in-house digital person that I've had for 5 years. You weren't threatened by the ideas that we had. And every week we would get on a team Zoom and we would collaborate together. And I think that's rare in an agency client relationship, because it's typically the clients, thinks they know it all, and the agency thinks they know it all, and there's a Mexican standoff. Can we say that? Or was that politically correct? Maybe there's a British standoff.
British standoff. Oh, that would be so fucking polite.
So, but you know what I mean? We seemed to gel with you guys from the start, and I've been around a lot of agencies and consulting, and so I think that it made us focus as a team hard on the shuttle, and your guys were just as determined to win the shuttle business as we were. Now, we also had a very large competitor that went dormant, so we were very lucky. The planets aligned that competitor went dormant, completely closed down at the start of COVID. But tomorrow, as in the 16th of October, they reopen. And so the whole team, the Curtis Gabriel and 8 Black team, have been, furiously working on strategy and pay-per-click efficiencies. And then we launched so we had the shuttle business in one town, and we went to a second town, and we're ready. And whilst we're not, we're not intimidated by the competitor coming back, because you guys have given us the confidence, and you're in there with us together. And I think that that's what we're looking forward to. Now, this is absolutely complete coincidence today. Today is the record day on the shuttle. So the day before the competitor comes back, tomorrow is the record day on the shuttle in 4.5 years.
That's amazing. And I think there's a couple of things that I want to mention. Firstly is it's great that you've recognized, because you have the agency background and have worked with a lot of agencies, how we work and appreciate it, because we always try and be an extension of your team, and our sole goal is to make a difference to your business. And there's also no room for egos. There never has. It's not how we work. You know your business better than we ever will, but it's our job to amplify that. And I think that you've spotted that. It's great to hear.